All right. Okay. I did update my title, right? I believe so. Oh, this Spotify is kind of loud. Hang on. That's better. All right. Okay, sorry. I just had to quickly check something. All right, should be all good to start. So I will be getting Game Maker up. Game Maker, do you exist? There we go. All right. Making a new attack. Actually, now that I think about it, do I even have like sprites for the? Oh yeah, I do. I have the. I already did the banana sprite. May as well just check it out though. Cause why not? Now that I think about it though, I still do need attack thumbnails for the two new attacks that I've already done. So at some point that'll be happening. Yep. So I've got the game up right now. So yeah, last time I worked a bit on this. Like now this looks pretty good. Like I'm okay with how this looks, even if it's a little bit scuffed, but I don't know, it's cool. Anyway, that said, time to do something new. I'm gonna open this. So I probably need to start off with one of these as sort of a preset. Okay, so the attack I want to make is a cloud attack, basically. I'm gonna quickly, if I go here. Maybe it'll be like 128 by 60 per cloud, or 64 by cloud, or for each cloud. I don't know. There we go. Just make a very quick like cloud sprite. Add like more of this. Sure. This is a cloud. We can have it just be circular hitbox. I don't know why I decided to run the game. Uh, there's really nothing to see yet. Guess just force of habit. Now I gotta wait for it to load so that I can close it. Whoops. Alright. Back to business. Need to start with one of these as a base. Yep. Yeah. Okay, so it's gonna be pattern 55. Okay, so we have that. We need to make sure that this offset is correct. Um, I'm kind of okay with it just being random of the room height. I mean, I don't know. Am I okay with that? Maybe like minus 100? Hmm. Let's try this first. You can just comment that out. We also now need to make a practice window for this. I think that's in UI. Yeah, we need to make a new attack screenshot. This won't be visible on stream, but just bear with me. Okay, now this should be visible. So I just need to get rid of this sort of old thing. There we go. We just kind of write over it. Like that. Okay. Close that out. Save the game. Now we need to update the script side of this. Should be 55. Ooh. Right, I forgot that it's split into a couple of different categories now. I think this is where I also need to go. That deals with, I guess, the practice side of it. I think the last thing I need to do is just update this. I can increase that to 55 as well. Get this. Get clouds. It doesn't yet have a spawn zone for the attack. So I need to look at this. This also won't be visible on screen, but just have to bear with me a moment. I think actually image 13 looks good here. So let's go here. Draw. Should be this that I need. $55. Let me go 13. Should correctly set everything. In theory. Oh, I just need it. Need it to compile. Okay. There we go. Yep. This is basically correct so far. Now I actually want some of the clouds to rain. I also want them to have different speeds, among some like other things. Let's just close out of that. First, let's make this like a lot less frequent. I'm gonna take out this entire argument just to more easily look at this. Random. God, I've been working with Unity too much. I guess we'd be looking more at something like this. Hang on. I'll copy this over just to keep things a bit cleaner. So we'd actually have this be the default. We'd have this as -64. Okay, I've got a good idea here. So we set these to 1 by default. Switch this out. What are we still missing? Unexpected. Oh. It's just this. So then we do times equals. Actually, no, it'd be XXP times random range. Do like 5 to 9, sorta? 4 to 9? 4 to 8. Let's try that. I think that should be correct. And this now allows me to create a variation of this where it comes from the other side. Can do this. Yep. Then we need to do the other side of this. Which is just here. think that should all be good. And they can just have the same spawn zone because there's no like left-right bias on this one, so I think that works. Okay. Okay. Now this isn't the attack, for the record. Like, this isn't the full thing. So now there's a different problem to handle entirely. Hang on. Okay. I think this should actually be like minus 700, and then we do like mod 10. Okay. So then I think we do an extra vase thing. Because I basically want them to just rush in at the start. So I think that makes sense. And then we basically just make it so that I'm a -1, just to make sure that it spawns 1 on the first frame. Do times equals. Actually, I feel like it should be minus equals 0.01. Maybe 0.05? I don't know, but essentially it'll add. Whoop. 0.05. It'll actually just have it so that every bullet moves that amount as well. With RJ underscore bullet X. Well, I guess this is a bit of an issue. No, actually it isn't. So what we do... Well, actually, no, there's a contrived way I can do this, but I shouldn't. Like, let's just put in another set of variables. Or another variable, I guess. Variation times 2 minus 1. This makes it so that variation 0 will return -1. Actually, oh, I have these backwards. I'm now realizing. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, then it'd essentially be... So this would return -1, and this would return +1. Which should align with what they need. So this should be +1. Yep. Which I can actually just set this so that it's VOS1. Just get rid of that. Times. Yep. 1 to its direction times the speed boost. That should now be correct. Okay, this should be create a cloud. All right, let's see how this does. So now at the start, the clouds should all just kind of rush inwards. So they get a speed boost at the start. Okay, that didn't work. The game crashed. Wonderful. Okay. I see what happened. Okay. I get it. So this should be other dot. Okay. Let's try that again. Come on, RBS. There we go. Okay, so they do kind of rush in, and now they're... Whoop. That's good. So now the problem is that I'm not stopping it at 0. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm gonna change that. Now we also have to make it so that this clamps at 0. Okay, if this not equal 0, I guess we can do that, but then if this is now less than 0, we make it equal to 0. Yep. Just call this horizontal drag. I guess technically I should have these the other way around there. Just to make it a bit more readable. Doesn't matter a whole lot, but... So now they should rush in all at the start, and then they should continue going in that direction. Essentially to just set up the attack faster. Yeah, like that. So there's not like a lot of wasted time where you have these clouds just slowly drifting in. Yep. So I kind of want to make them even slower, to be honest. Make this drag a little less. Make that... So this is actually going to be the rain clouds in specific. So then we need a second one that creates a normal cloud. Whoa. Create... Actually, no, we can do this in the same command, honestly. I mean, we could, but... Okay, hang on. This is actually better. Normal cloud. But then we wouldn't necessarily need these variables. Hard call to make. I guess I'll just have it as it is for now. But I'll just add a 2 to all of these. I don't know why I added a 1. That's a bad idea. And this just creates itself anywhere in the room height. I feel like that should be fine. Although I will desync it a bit, just for fun. I think that's fair. Make them a bit faster, perhaps. Let's just see how this goes. In a way, this might end up kind of similar to Whirlpool, like with the rain specifically. Like, I might just reuse this water sprite. But, anyway. Back to business. Hmm. This sorta gets the point across. I don't know. I might have to mess with how it spawns a little bit later. So now I need to add an extra variable to these. Such that they know which ones are meant to raid, and which ones are not. So now if they have rains set to true, they should now be able to create bullets. Of course, I have to actually set that up. we go. What's one that I could copy from? Another bullet that creates bullets. Well, that's a bit more simple to use as a reference point. Oh, UFOs are simple enough. Okay, we can copy from this. Cloud. Let me check if rains. Take away this direction. Take away this. Oops. Meant to shift tab. So we need to change this to be like random of x plus random b, no, it'd be sprite. Is that like an image width? Sprite get width this sprite, so it'd be sprite index. You divide that by 2. Yep. Then you'd also have to... Alright, hang on. Let's create an offset variable just to make this a bit more readable. Equals this. Got a random... Then you would multiply this by either -1 or 1. That gives you your offset, to which I can just now do offset like that. Although now that I think about it, do droplets already have code? I'm a bit scared. Next. Okay. They in fact do not. So I can just give them whatever direction I want. They don't even have to have like a horizontal direction per se. The Y direction would just be downwards. Although I am going to give them a gravity. Might be extreme for gravity. I want this to be B-box bottom. Yeah. Yep. Just double checking that the playlist didn't finish. It is nearly finished. I'll have to move to a different track soon, or a different playlist soon, but for now this is fine. Alright, so this is probably not going to be very balanced to begin with. It'll be kind of funny to see, though. Let's see how stupid this attack is. Probably very. Yep. It is in fact very stupid. Good lord. Oh my god, the game's lagging. Yep. That was not a good idea. Alright, let's change that to be a little less stupid. Perhaps. So I think this needs to be like mod 10. Like something much greater. Maybe like, we'll try mod 8 to begin with. Now, weirdly enough, this is kind of dodgeable. Okay, nope. Nope. Never mind. It's almost dodgeable. I think they should probably be a bit faster to begin with, is the thing. Go here. Maybe a bit more like that. And once again, I'm going to decrease the spawn rate a little bit. Okay, this is still... Oh, that's even worse. I want to get a closer look of what's happening here. I think the problem is that there are just too many rain clouds. To be honest. I think maybe clouds need to be bigger, if anything. Let's try just making them twice as big. This isn't quite gonna look right yet, but this should mean that rain is a bit more spread out. Like for each rain cloud, which is good. There we go. Or there are still just too many of them in that case. I think I get the idea. So what if... Oh, need to go more to the bottom. What if we make rain clouds not spawn as often? Like maybe we could even do like one in like 24, right? Then I'm just trying to wrap my head around the math for the timer. Then when we create a normal cloud, we just make it smaller. For now, this is kind of a scuffed way to do it. I'm okay with this. That seems better. Although, of course, a little bit too hard still, but... God, especially at the end. Let's try that again. Yep, that is still crazy difficult. So, like, probably don't do that. Still just a bit too frequent, honestly. What if we change rain clouds to be like one in... Like, you only get 2 of them per second. Mod 30, -1. Then even like the normal rain clouds, we can also turn down a lot. This I don't really care about anymore. We could turn this to be a bit greater. Actually, no, I think that's still fine for the smaller clouds. In fact, if anything, the smaller clouds should actually be slower, I feel. Change this to like that. We can do this. We got some water. Hmm. Sorry. I had to sneeze, so I wasn't really looking. Okay, so what ends up happening a lot that I'm noticing is that they'll like bunch up in one place and it'll make it really difficult. And the little clouds definitely do not help, for what it's worth. And this is almost at a point where it's doable. I still wouldn't really say it's fun. By the way, a droplets... That is kind of a tight hitbox for those. I'm gonna reduce them a bit. Actually gonna need to make a patch note of that as well because that affects a different attack as well. Reduced size of droplets 2 pixels on each side. Okay. I have made a note of that. Other than that, I feel like maybe these should still just be faster on average. We'll do that. I just realized that it's auto playing Spotify. Although I do like this one, so I'll let this one play out. Spotify? There we go. Alright. Yeah, this is still a bit overhard, but I don't know. I mean, it's almost actually balanced. I can still dodge this. Just feels a little bit like too RNG heavy. Like sometimes you get into bad positions like that. I feel like the bullet speed of the droplets still doesn't really help with that. Maybe they should have a bit more gravity. Oh, right. I would need to modify that in the bullet script. In fact, here's an even better idea. I'm also gonna just reduce the amount of them in general. The amount of droplets created. Okay. Let's change to do this. More keygen touch. I enjoy. Okay. Where is... That's cloud. Okay. We'll actually double the gravity. Should be a little better. This feels a lot more balanced, actually. I wonder if it's a strategy to go up here instead. Not really. I mean, it can help you for a little bit. But I actually kind of like that as like a strat. Whoops. Still a little bit over difficult. Whoops. Yeah, this attack is fucked up. Honestly. Like, this attack is pretty fucked. Not gonna lie. I guess one thing that kind of makes it a little bit more RNG heavy than it needs to be is that the small clouds can spawn anywhere, but they only really affect you in this sort of area. So I may make it so that the small clouds only spawn in this sort of affected area. That might be a little bit better. And then just, of course, reduce the spawn rate of them. So that makes it, well, that'd make it a little bit more consistent. I also kind of want to randomize the size of them, but we'll see. Let's try something. Blend equals C underscore light gray. And then we'll do get size. And by the way, these should have a longer lifetime by default. Oop. They should last at least 10 seconds. Randomize. Not randomize. Set that to a little bit better. Do minus. Do minus 380. And then we just add 380 at the end. There we go. Alright, now for randomizing the size. Do var size equals random. Between maybe 6 and 1. Like 0.6 and 1. We could tighten this a little bit. Like 0.7 and 1. And then we just do... Oop. Dot image x scale size dot image y scale size. I think that's fine. And then we would actually need to change this script a little bit. make it so that the smaller ones don't rain as often. Because otherwise, you just get some that are really small and just really, really create like a lot of rain. So do like var rain rate equals image x scale. What do we want to do? We'd want to find the difference. So 1 minus image x scale times 10. 1 minus image x scale times 10. I think that'd work. So then if you have... So if you're a cloud that's like 0.7, this would return 3. Or actually, even better, we could just do like image x scale 1 minus image x scale God, I'm trying to figure out how I would... We would divide 12 by it, which would increase it if it's smaller than 1. And then we just do this. 12 divided by that, so it'd basically be double if this was like 0.5. But then of course we need to round that, which I'll round it upwards. I think that makes sense. Oh, this feels a lot better, actually. To be honest. Some of the clouds are still vanishing just from being way too slow, but... Yeah, this is quite balanced, I feel. Yeah, I'm feeling quite good about that. In fact, I'm gonna double this. Just because, once again, we're still getting some very slow clouds that end up just dying prematurely. Do that. Hmm. I want to do times size plus 0.2. Increase this to 8. So now on average, the smaller ones will move faster. Or the bigger ones will move faster, and the smaller ones will move slower. Which sort of emulates depth in a way. Trust me, it'll look hopefully more natural. Hopefully. No guarantees, but it'll look hopefully more natural. If the game will ever learn, I can prove my point. See, that looks pretty good. I still want to decrease the spawn rate of the smaller clouds, but For now, I think this is pretty good though. So I'll need to... I still want to decrease the spawn rate though. Do mod 40. We can increase this a little bit. You know what? We'll also give them a random size. Why the fuck not? You know what? Sure. Random size between 3 and maybe this. Like, yeah, we'll just stick with that for now. Oh, switch this to size 2. Just to make sure that it's distinct. If it triggers on the same frame. So we've got size 2. And then we just need this to scale once again. Except it would be size plus 7. No, not 7. Size plus 5 plus 0.5 would be correct. We'll change this minimum to be a little bit better. Actually, no, I need to change this again. Make this 5.5, just tighten it a little bit. That should be good to go. Oh. Variable size. Oh. I think I might know the issue. Yep, okay, easy. Just change that to be the same as the rest of these. I still feel like it needs to be a bit more dense to start with, but I don't know. Oh god. Oh, hang on. Let me do a retry. I want to make sure that this is decently fair. I feel like I need to reduce the spawn zone size a little bit, which is shown as the white background here. Yeah. For those who don't know, the spawn zone is basically the zone in which the target can spawn. Right now it's probably a bit too tall for this attack, because then you got them in places like this, which is awful, quite honestly. Alright. That said, I am gonna be ending the stream here. I thank you for watching. I will be back on Saturday. Unfortunately, I've got stuff to do, so yeah, I will continue this on Saturday, likely. Although I do also have a lot of external commitments, so I'm not entirely sure when I'll be able to stream again, but it'll likely be Saturday. Yeah. Actually, no, it'll likely be Friday. Friday at 1 a.m. GMT. And, yeah.